to an episode of the Feisty Furry Females. Now, you might have noticed that we are kind of short-staffed. It doesn't mean that something bad happened. No. Some of our girls are taking a breather. Jade and Luna are still figuring out to live together and get their everyday going. Mina needed a small breather, and we said, you know what, you just do you, boo. So, you have us to deal with today. Anyway, without further ado, this beautiful bean is
Melon.
And I am, as always, Tookie. So, today, we are gonna talk about a funny, weird, going over boundaries subject. And it's actually gonna be, would you sleep with a stranger for $1 million? I don't know. Would you do that? Like, if it was more than $1 million?
There would be a lot of
Or just $1
factors
million.
to consider. I mean,
Exactly.
as long as everybody has a clean bill of health.
Mm-hmm.
Like
it's not. Continue.
No, go ahead.
As long as it's not like this, like a mob boss, or it's in a sleazy hotel, or the dude is just like literally this creepy as stalker kind of type, you know, one who's gonna keep you captive in your basement.
Right?
Yeah, I know a lot of people would do a lot for money, but I don't know if I ever could. I mean, you can get so bad when it comes to money, like, oh, money, you need to feed your kids, or whatever. And it doesn't have to be from the female point of view, it could also be from the male point of view. And you can get so desperate that an offer like that might seem like, okay, I need the money, I'm just gonna do it.
Right.
I wouldn't do it as my situation is right now, as I have a wonderful boyfriend. I don't need to do that kind of stuff. Would I do it if I ever needed, like, to pay off a debt or was in a very, very bad situation? I don't think so. But I mean, you only know yourself to the teeth until stuff happens. I think it's a tricky question, because there's so many factors you have to consider. But what do you think, Mel? Like, what would be, like, warning signs, or, like, saying, oh, maybe it wouldn't be legit, like...
If it were, like, a guaranteed thing, that's still... My mom told me a long time ago that every time that you have relations with someone, a part of you kind of forms an attachment. Even if you do your best to not let it happen, a part of you will form said attachment. And from time to time, you would think about them. I don't know, it would make it difficult. That being said, I agree with you, all the circumstances, and you can't... Okay, I had a borderline stalker case. Like, it didn't go far enough for me to actually do anything, thank God.
Okay.
But I this is before I had my car. I went walking to a fast food place with my daughter, and she was this little itty bitty thing. And yeah, I'm pushing her in the stroller, and then I asked somebody, it's like, I just wanted to make sure I was on the right street. This was before I had a phone with GPS.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, and we talked and walked, and we ended up eating together, and it was great. And we exchanged numbers.
Mhm.
I thought, he's odd, but he's cool. I mean, I'm goofy as hell. And yeah.
Mhm.
And every now and then he would call, and we'd have a pleasant phone conversation. And I didn't think anything of it. I thought he just wanted to be friends.
Yeah, of course.
And I was
Well,
wrong.
Uh,
On my brother's 30th birthday, we were throwing a surprise party. So I had to get everything together. And it's like, my brother's I have two brothers. So my middle brother was doing stuff and directing me because I'm not good with. I need to have a list. I follow everything. And then I had my aunt and everybody. And so I'm running around doing stuff. And he calls me up and I was like, hey, this is not a good time. I'm putting together a birthday party. It's a surprise party. I'm very busy right now. And so then I hung up.
Mm-hmm.
And then like 10, 20 minutes later, he calls me up again. I'm like, seriously, I am busy. I will call you back when I'm not busy. And then he calls me again, and I just send it a voicemail. He calls me again, and then I realize I need to just shut my phone off. So I did.
Yeah.
We set the party up, had fun, surprised my brother, and then I check my voicemail, and I hear, hey, Melanie, this is so-and-so, just calling to check in on you. Next message. Hey, you haven't called me back yet. I mean, when are you gonna call me back? Next message. How dare you? And he's just yelling into the phone, and I'm like, what the hell? Yeah, and he's just yelling, and then next message is him bawling. And then the next message is him yelling it. It's like, okay. So
he has that tendency of a psychopath. I'm sorry, but yeah.
So I blocked his number.
Oh, shit.
Never heard from him again.
Oh, that's good. That's good. You're out there and you're watching. Don't call her. We know you. We'll find you. But that's actually, like, that's pretty scary to a point. Well, you were, if you can call it, one of the lucky ones. Because you actually managed to block him before everything went, like, the hell.
Right.
I mean, and that could be the same situation you can get into if you, like, think about the whole would you sleep with a stranger? Because, yes, a one-night stand is a stranger. It can be a stranger. It doesn't necessarily have to be a stranger, but I have met a dude in town once. I was way older. I didn't think about consequences or anything. And we made out, and I get a phone number, and the next day I call the number. It was his number, but he literally said, yeah, you know what, I'm not really interested, but you can talk to my friend instead. He's a big fluffy guy. He'll probably like a girl like you. And I'm like, dude? The fuck? No. And a different time, and ladies, be aware of this. Somebody was camping near my town, and we hung out in the bar, And it was like talking and everything, one thing like another, and he asked if I wanted to come back with him. Now, me not being drunk, I was thinking, well, hey, you can come home with me if you want to. I was living alone at that time. And at least I knew I was in safe surroundings. And he was like, no, I have a tent just down, blah, blah, blah. And we are like 5 guys sharing that tent. I'm like, hell no. Hell to the no. Mm-mm. I didn't know him. I didn't know the friends that he had, and they were not with him. No. Every alarm bell in my body went off. That's no. But yet I have had one night stands, but that was with people I knew. You were young, you were adventurous. I mean, kind of run off some steam sometimes. Still doing it, just with the same partner. Thank God. But okay, to our potato chips out there, would you, and be honest, sleep with a stranger for $1 million? Would you ask for more money? Like, would you have a standard price? Or, like, it not making you sound like you are a lady of the night. No. This is just a question of, would you? Sorry for the intrusion. I just had a person come into my room saying, "You're speaking to that." So we have to tone it down a bit. Whoops. But, in conclusion, with the factors, should it be, somebody you can check out the background of? Where would it be? Who would be there? Could you bring people one of your own to make sure that everything is legit and safe? What would your suggestions be if you ever, like in a Hollywood movie, got this chance for one night only? Hopefully, one night only. I don't think I could go through with it because I would just be like the whole tent guy thing. Everything in my body would just scream no.
Right.
You never know what follows up. It could be like that person who stalked you. Even though thank God it ended well. I have tried a small thing as well, like a mute guy came around in a train. He was like going out handing a piece of paper, and I was not thinking of like, what if blah blah blah. And then he sat down next to me, and I got this piece of paper, and it says, "Do you want to talk? I am mute." Mute or deaf. He couldn't talk, okay? I'm sorry. And me being sweet, I said yes. So he write down and we talk over paper because, again, I'm too stupid to understand if he starts, even if he tries with grand gestures of our movement. I'm too stupid to get that. And it was nice and everything, and all of a sudden he write down, "Do you want, or can I have your number?" I'm like, dude, I've known you for 20 minutes. No way in hell I'm giving you my number. And I was like, no, sorry, I barely know you. And again, same note, "Can I have your number?" Again, right back, no, cannot. Same note again, I'm like, listen, this is my stop. You have a good life, take care. And I just walked out of the train, and you can just see him where I've been sitting, just look at me like, Hmm. I need to get out of there.
Yeah.
Oof. Yeah.
There's this situation. Oh,
Continue.
there's if you are at a bar or something and you you're there to meet somebody through the internet or whatever, and then they
Mhm.
come on too strongly, and you're like, you're trying to figure out how to go without having any issues, but you still can't do it. There are
Mhm.
angel shots. Have you heard about that?
I've heard some of it, but please explain.
So then, oh God, I will look it up so that we can have it posted underneath. But it's like you order an angel neat or on the rocks. Depending on how you order said angel drink, it tells the bartender low key that you are in trouble, you are in danger. Either you say this particular drink, and they will call a cab for you and lead you out there because it's code for I didn't come here in my own car, but I need to get out. And then there's another one where it's like, I need you to walk me to the car. And it's a whole bunch of other stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, they had to develop this system because it's not.
Yeah. I know what you mean. Out here, it's not really, because we are such a small society. We are a big town. We have like, what is it, like 5,000 people living here. I know it doesn't sound that big, but for us it is. And we have like one bar here because the other one closed down. You don't even have to like be discreet if there's a dude that's hitting on you and you just like, fuck off. And he doesn't get point, you just look at the bartender. The bartender said, hey, go in the back. I'll get the bat. It's literally like everybody knows everybody. So if you are in danger out here, we're a big local fishing society. And that are all the fishermen goes to. So if you piss one off, you piss all of us off. So I'm good. Not that I really go to a bar anymore. It's like alcohol and that shit doesn't. Meh.
Yeah, that's what your 20s are for.
But I still have fun. Exactly. Well, I think we both got talking about safety. We answered the question, and if we forget something, please let us know in the comments below. We always read your comments, and we hopefully always answer them. If not, we will get to it. But please like, share, and subscribe. And before we end, do you have anything else you want to add? Nope.
No.
Okie dokie. Well, this was a very intimate Feisty Furry Females with Melon and Cookie. And to all the potato chips out there, take care, be safe, lots of luck. Bye!
Bye.
Hi everybody, I hope you enjoyed the show. Remember to like, share, and subscribe, and also support us on our Patreon. See you later. Bye!